Signature TV, news in your pocket.
The escalating insecurity in the southeast, especially in Anambra State, is causing profound fear among residents, significantly disrupting their daily lives. The frequent kidnapping, robbery, and violent crimes have created an atmosphere of panic, fear, with many citizens feeling unsafe, even in a familiar area. It was learned that residents of the state are reportedly avoiding public spaces and gatherings, leading to a decline in community interactions and economic activities. The government's inability to effectively address these issues has left residents feeling vulnerable, as parts of the state have been allegedly declared as a no-go area due to safety concerns. Our conversation is on insecurity in the southeast, a focus in Anambra State. Our guest, who is Superintendent Tochukwu Ikenga, who is a police public relations officer, Anambra State. Good evening.
Good evening to everyone in the studio. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for joining us. Just to get an overview of what exactly is happening in Anambra State, the case of insecurity and people feeling really vulnerable as part of the state has been declared a no-go area due to safety concerns. What exactly is the root cause of this situation in Anambra State?
Okay, good evening, and let me first of all thank our good listeners for following up with Signature TV to understand the security situation, not only in Anambra, but in Southeast generally. If you have been following the trend of what is happening in Anambra, where I speak for the police, you understand that some of these insertions and your recap on the security situation in Anambra are not exactly the way it is. Let's come from the events of that have happened recently. You understand that the impression that people have there about Anambra is not true. Many events have happened in Anambra, and the most significant of them is the, the visit of the President of Federal Republic of Nigeria. You understand that even recently, where Ihiala, the impression people have there that events doesn't go there, we have a notable events that have been trending all over the social media, where two prominent sons of Anambra had uh, their 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 son and daughter got married. And apart from that, recently we just have a launch of opening of Fun City, where so many dignitaries have been here in Anambra, and nobody has ever complained of anything. So most of these records or impression people are having is not true. Adding to that, if you have also been following the trend of what Anambra Police Command is doing, you understand that the security agencies, not only police, are now in unity to make sure, even within the Anambra, adding to the collective will of the Anambra to bring about this launch of Operation Udogachi. Udogachi in Igbo language simply means peace must reign, and it is India Anambra keying in to that aspect of joining the security agency in making sure that they identify the criminal elements among them. And we have been enjoying relatively peace, not until the unfortunate incident happened 2 days ago, where some hoodlums, noting that India Anambra have collectively standing up against criminal elements in the state, came to a Pulau flyover newly built by the state government, started shooting indiscriminately just to put fear in the fear of persons that are applying that road. Notwithstanding, our operatives responded, and they were able to neutralize one of the criminal elements. We also recovered one AK-47. Update on that, still yesterday night, we were able to also recover another abandoned AK-47 fully loaded with ammunition. These are to show you that the Anambra have collectively uh, is standing with the security agencies to make sure that they make sure that safety and security is sustained in the state.
Okay, then it was until 2 days ago, according to what you said, that this ugly incident took place, and before then, everything has been put under check. What
Yes.
exactly, from the angle of the security, what exactly do you think, or what exactly prompted these particular incidents that happened 2 days ago?
There is no, we have not really pointed out any reason for that. But just like I told you, if India Anambra can also attest, people that have been monitoring the security situation in Anambra can actually say that there has been relatively calm for almost getting to 5 months now. I have to say this because I know it. Why I'm saying this is because I have received a lot of calls of commendation, not only to the police, but other security agencies who have supported. When we talk of the military that have given us support services, the civil defense that have been very there for us, the immigration services. If you are entering Anambra, if you understand the geographical nature of Anambra, you understand that Anambra is more like a transit state. Immigration have been very, very supportive, creating checkpoints within these exit points, both through uh, Headbridge and Amansi, as the case may be, even towards Anako and Danyangel, where we can also use that place to transit to Kogi State. In Ihiala also, where you can transit to Imo State, we have joint security operatives that are all stationed there, and they have been very, very supportive. So we can actually say that this is the reason. And on or before now, we have destroyed a lot of criminal camps within that area. And Aguata, the geographical nature of Aguata also says that it is also a transit community where you enter through Imo State, past few communities. The next place you're going to reach is Aguata local government. So these are factors that we have been checkmating. So you can actually point out this is it. But for us, from our own intelligence, these are just criminals that are trying to change the narrative of what we have been sustaining. But the security agencies have also come to realize that India Anambra it does. That's why we have recorded, even within this period of this thing happening, we have so many intelligence that we know that we can apprehend the perpetrators of that issue, adding to the recoveries of what we just did. And when they left Ekulobia, they also went to Oko police station and shot periodically, indiscriminately, just to put fear in India Anambra. This also in Oko division, we didn't record any incident. It was a regrettable incident at that Ekulobia flyover where they were shooting indiscriminately and bullets cut off two persons that were fatally wounded. They were taken to the hospital before they were confirmed dead. We also want to use this opportunity to console the families that this happened to, but the people around within that area have been very, very supportive in our ongoing investigation. I can actually say that there is relatively calm in Anambra.
Bearing in mind that the Anambra State gubernatorial election is coming up, and this particular situation is not good for the safety of the citizens. So, what exactly is going to be done for the people to feel safe and also not encourage or rather disrupt voters' apathy for the next election?
The election is not far, but for us, we have actually done a lot, and we have a lot of things in place for us to make sure that this ugly incident doesn't happen again. This is just one out of something that have never happened before, at least in a very long time. Gone are the days when you say that if you come to Anambra or you have incidences of such. But notwithstanding, the security agencies have we just had a security meeting where we are currently trying to rejig our system to make sure that we position our men strategically. Remember that I told you, on or before now, we have destroyed a lot of criminal camps. So these are hoodlums that don't have any places, any place they can even have, have a, like where they can lay their head, are just trying to cause confusion in the state. So for us in election is a very big project. Anambra State Police Command will not be alone in it. Other security agencies will also be there. The DSS, the military, the immigration, the civil defense, all of us will be together. But I know that before the election, there is a whole lot we want to put in place. We're also talking with INEC. Even before the November 8th general election, which we are hoping that to happen, the rerun for the Anambra South is also coming up, and we are also preparing towards that. So I believe that this will not distract the election. These are just issues that we can handle on our own, which we are doing.
Yeah, that you have security checkpoints at the major places, every now and then. So how can community engagement be encouraged? A situation whereby if people see something, they can say something. Is there like a communication link for the citizens of Anambra State so that they could easily communicate something if they feel uncomfortable about it?
Very, very well. Let me start by saying that the trend of what Anambra Police is doing now is more community engagement. Community engagement in the sense that we have open up channels to make sure that people reach out to us. My numbers is everywhere. The commissioner of police, when we go for any advocacy visit, we even direct us to give out his phone number so that people can call him direct. And just like I mentioned during my opening remarks, I said if you have been following the trend of Anambra for security, you understand that we have actually gone past that stage. Initially, I can say that yes, we are experiencing conspiracy of silence. But right now, with what we have done, and even with the support of the state government, we have passed that stage. Indiana are willing to talk to us. We have phone numbers of not only the DPOs, not only the area commanders, not only my own phone number, not only the commissioners of police phone number. The state government also supported this because they also have to attest to yes, we are actually people not talking to the security agencies or not talking to people that are the security is their business. They also supported us with complemented our own phone numbers with some of their emergency phone numbers, and people have been reaching out to different channels to make sure that they get to the security agencies to stabilize the state, which I believe that there is very, very stable security in Anambra. I've also mentioned the events that take place. You can imagine when they say that gone are the days when they say that events cannot happen in Israel. Today, people go to Israel, people go through Israel, come back, nothing happens. People have their ceremony. Also, the visit of the president also addressed the launch of the opening of the Fun City. So credit will actually tell you that life has actually returned in Anambra. Adding to that, we have a strategic checkpoints that we have positioned. The Anambra people are actually having the feel of the security agencies in the state. And the state government also complemented it by this launch of Operation Vega, just like I mentioned to you. And the vigilantes are currently undergoing trainings or rather reorientation training, because before they came on board, there was a little training. Now we are stepping up the training to make sure that they comply with the 21st level of community partnership engagement in terms of supporting the police. So I will tell you that gone are the days when there is conspiracy of silence. Is no longer happening in Anambra. People reach out to us. So there are so many channels that can always reach out to us.
And so, what of the role of cult groups and criminal groups? How have they contributed in the insecurity of Anambra State? And even though the government is doing so much to crack down these people, how is it that they still have a way around it?
Okay, for us, cult-related issues are double-edged sword. Uh, for me, Anambra State Police Command is actually doing a lot. We have this police campaign against cultism. It's more like an advocacy program because we have assessed why these cults class keep on coming. We are taking it from the kinetic and non-kinetic approach. The non-kinetic approach is using the platform of police campaign against cultism to talk to our female youth the dangers of these cult-related activities. That's one. We also use it to make sure we educate them on how to stay away from bad places. The kinetic approach is what we do when we arrest suspects in that regard. We always parade them, use it to discourage young ones that maybe have that emotion that they want to enter into cultism, that this is actually where they will end. So that is for the kinetic approach. Then to also support what we are doing, we know that recently Anambra State government passed a law to complement to make sure to complement what we are doing. And this law, as pointing out one of them is anti-cultism law, which the security agencies in the state are enforcing. That anybody caught in any regard of any bad group will have himself, if maybe found culpable, they have to spend 21 years in the prison. So these are necessary things that have been put in place to make sure that we discourage cult groups. And recently, there has not been any issues like cult clash apart from the recent incident that we recorded in Loco, which we have arrested one of the dreaded cult members that partake in that. And I am aware that from the information that we have on ground, we are also going after some other persons. But to couch everything in, cult-related activities is just a clear example of the level of moral decay in the society. And this moral decay has to go back to the parents and guardians so that they can create an intentional relationship with their young ones, with their children, so that they can always know when they are stepping outside the relative thing that they're supposed to know. If the parent knows what he or his child is doing, he can be able to guide him down and to say that no, cult is a bad thing, bad news is a bad thing, and to stay away from it. So these are just reflection of the moral decay that has happened in society. And I know that Signature TV always promote use their platform to always talk about this moral decay in society. And I believe if we work hand together, we can be able to meet some of these issues to the board before it escalates.
All right then. So just let's go down memory lane. Something happened in Anambra State where people from Ebonyi State were killed, and this statement was released on 2nd June. I think it was actually released by you that you had confirmed that this is not targeted to the Ebonyi people. So, and you said that like the investigation is still going on as to the cause of this killing. So far, what is the result of the investigation? What has come? What conclusion have you come to, or has the police of Anambra State come to, based on this particular incident that happened?
Okay, for now, let me say that Anambra State Police Command want to control the people of Ebonyi, especially the family and friends of the people these 9 persons, 10 persons that died, I call them the heroes of justice because they are just a reflection of the innocent people that just paid the supreme price to make sure that justice happens in Lebanon and also in Anambra. Let me start by saying that in the Anambra did not kill Ebony people, and the persons that committed this act are just criminals that are just hiding under the guise of the good people of Ebony in Oboji, where that particular incident happened. And India Ebony have also stood up to make sure that they supported, or rather, they are actually supporting the security agencies in this regard to make sure that we close up this investigation. For now, the information before us shows that these are criminals just trying to disrupt the peace of India and the body to make sure that they are seen differently. So many information have been pushed out there, and must also confirm to you that we have one suspect in custody. The investigation is not closed, but for now, we are working with the information the suspect we have in custody has provided, and I believe that I will come back to also brief members of the public the outcome of this investigation. It's a very regrettable one. We feel bad about it, and also making sure that it doesn't happen again. We have interviewed so many persons, the commissioner of police, the person of CPK, immediately after, when we recorded it, the following morning, we all went to Oboji, where the incident happened. We interviewed some of the persons we found on the ground. We interviewed the PD of the community, the prime minister of that Oboji community, and even the person that where they were having the meeting. I think the son of the man where they are having the meeting also have interaction with him. So these are information that we have before us, and we are currently working with it, adding to the suspect we have in custody. So I believe with time we'll come out and tell the whole world about this particular incident. But we want to also control the people of it in this regard. It's not targeted to anybody. These are criminals that are just trying to make the state uncomfortable, and we must arrest them to make sure that the state is.
All right. Thank you so much for your input on this particular subject matter.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
All right. Our conversation on insecurity in the South is focused in Anambra State.
Signature TV, news in your pocket.